Magnets can either be a permanent magnet or it could be a electromagnet. Indicates the magnetic field. How does this work as an electromagnet? Now I have a magnet here. Right, this is north and south. This is a permanent magnet. Now, how do I know whether this is an electron? How do I make this electromagnet? What I'm going to do is I'm going to supply some AC voltage or supply voltage. Okay, I'm going to apply some voltage here to this coil, which is a coil. This copper winding is nothing but called as a coil, and this is your iron piece. Now, when I supply the AC voltage here, what is an AC? It is having alternating quantity. It is an alternating quantity. It has one set of positive values and one set of negative values. Now, when there is a change in this, that is when the current passes through this, it has an alternating current flowing. So, due to this, there is an alternating flux created. So, that is some kind of imaginary lines or some kind of force is acting on this iron or this copper wire. This is nothing but called as an electromagnet. So that means this coil turns into an electromagnet. That is, you're electrically magnetizing your iron piece or this solenoid. So this type of magnets can also be used for the field poles. Right? So now you have the field poles and you have the field windings. The field windings are made up of copper. Now let us see the overall view of the stator and the rotor. Right. So as I told you, this is the field poles. Right. These 4 magnets here are called as the field poles, and the windings which are wound on it are called as a field winding. Right. Now here, the field poles, the 2 main purpose of the field pole is to support your field coils or the copper coils which are wound on the field poles. And also it is used to spread out the flux uniformly in the air gap. That is, if you could see here, this is your field poles. You have the pole core here and the pole shoe here. This arc which you can find is called as a pole shoe. Now, what is the purpose of this is to have a uniform flux distributed along the rotating part of the machine.